Hey, happy Sunday, April 25th. My name is Kat. I'm here with your astrological forecast for the week starting today, April 25th, going all the way through Saturday, May the 1st. There is a lot to talk about, lots going on this week. But first, let's start by taking our 3 deep cleansing breaths. Let's take our first one now. On this first deep cleansing breath, we're releasing all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our physical etheric bodies. Second breath. On this second breath, we're releasing all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our emotional astral bodies. Good. Third breath. On this third breath, we're releasing all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our mental bodies, both higher and lower. We're seeing all that negativity and darkness leaving our body, going back to wherever the heck it came from. And then in its place, our body is being filled with this beautiful white light made up of white light, love, and the will to good. This bubble of white light is going out. It's forming a protective bubble around us that is deflecting all evil, low vibration, and negativity back to its source. Now, while we're in this space this month, we want to sit in this space of white light for the next 5 seconds. And we're going to say to ourselves, I am abundant. Everything I want, everything I require is available to me through the universe. Say it one more time. I am abundant. And we'll sit in this space. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. So I think that's really great because this month we are working on being abundant. Abundancy is a universal law. Everything we want, everything we desire is all available to us. All we have to do is get out of our own way, number 1, and learn how to use energy consciously, number 2, which is what I'm all about. I'm an accredited astrologer of over 25 years, spiritual life coach, and tarot reader. And my greatest joy is sharing with you what I have learned over the last 25 years about identifying and using energy consciously to create the future we want and not just allowing all the outer world to create it for us. We are in charge, and we just have to take that responsibility and do the work to create the life we want. Okay. So it's a big week ahead. The first thing, I have a story. I previously, I think a couple weeks ago, I was talking about, the energy of last year. The energy of last year was about reinventing, recreating ourselves because so many of us lost our jobs and had to reinvent ourselves. And I told the story of my daughter who had been with the hotel chain her entire life, and poof, with COVID, she had a sales job and that just disappeared. And that was last March. She was put on furlough with this hotel company. By the end of last year, she decided she needed to reinvent herself. She went into nursing. So she's currently in nursing school, and she's working in a job with a nursing home as a personal care assistant. So we know what she's doing all day, right? Well, that's the story I told. Now let's bring it up to current, where we're being offered all these opportunities last week, and we're going to be offered again. That energy is going to be there again at the end of this week. So my daughter calls me. She goes, guess what? The hotel chain offered her job back after being furloughed for a whole year and finally let go on March. Now, I'm guessing she was making probably, what, 70 grand a year in this sales job? You know what she told them? My daughter. She said, thanks, but no thanks. Everything happens for a reason. I have found what I truly love, and I'm sticking with it. So she gives up a 70 grand whatever job for her $10 an hour personal care assistant job, and she's happier and safe and secure. That is a great story, and that just incorporates how to use the energy and use the energy consciously. So that's what we're working on. Just because something pays a lot doesn't mean that it's the best job for us. Maybe in the past it was, but now we're changing and we're growing and we're evolving. And we need what we spend our whole day doing to better reflect us. And so we are being given these opportunities last week and again at the end of this week. Okay, the next big thing that's happening, and this is really big, is tomorrow on Monday. We do have our full moon. The moon is in Scorpio. It is one of the most sacred days of the year. Now, you're like, what? You probably haven't heard of it. It's called the Wesak Festival. More in the Eastern culture, it's more recognized, but where in the Western culture, we celebrate the Christ who is in charge of the energy of love. Wesak Festival, the full moon on Monday, is a celebration of the Buddha. Christ is in charge of the energy of love. Buddha is in charge of the energy of wisdom. So they both work, they're partners. They both work in our higher mental planes to help us evolve and grow. But so on Monday, we celebrate Buddha's birth, enlightenment, and death. It's very sacred, very, very big day. And I will share with you the mantra for the day. You probably won't understand it on a lower mental level, but your soul will get what I'm saying. Are you ready? I see, and when the eye is opened, all is light. So that is the mantra for the full moon on Monday, this very sacred, sacred day. Okay, but back to Sunday. All right, so we have this abundance energy we're working with. We also have this overhanging energy for the entire year of this Saturn in Aquarius square Uranus in Taurus. This is happening, overshadowing the entire year. It's not as strong as the moment as it can be. It will be kicking up again in June, intensifying in June again. But right now, we always have to remember this. This is the conflict between the old versus the new. It's a square. It's a 90-degree relationship. It is a conflict. So we can see this conflict within ourselves as we are being offered these opportunities that are so new and different and out of the box, but they don't go along with tradition or the status quo. So we can see the conflict even within ourselves if some of us are considering these new opportunities. But we always have to remember it's the old versus the new. We are looking at new ways to better support society, meaning all of us, the global family, than the status quo traditional way. New ways of support, new infrastructure, but there is a lot of kickback, a lot of people who are not ready for this. So we experience it, and we know what it's like because we experience it internally too. So this week, the beginning of the week, it's going to work. This energy is going to be active in our relationships. Today, We have Mercury conjunct Venus and Uranus in Taurus, and we have Mercury square Saturn in Aquarius. There is a problem, an imbalance in our relationship that needs to be addressed. Now, we tend to think the relationship is with our partner, but it could be with our partner, it could be a friend, family, job, boss, career, but some relationship is out of whack and it needs to be addressed. If it's a personal relationship, it may revolve, because we're working with Taurus, it may revolve around your financial situation. If we're looking at these opportunities and it may cause a flux in our financial situation, that could be an issue we need to discuss with our partners. It also could be an issue of intimacy. So very difficult conversation, but it is an issue that needs to be addressed. Now tomorrow, on Monday, we have this full moon, and the moon is in Scorpio, so emotions go ballistic. And I'm telling you, this is for everyone on the planet, not just us. So if we are working on this issue in our relationship, either we need to give it a time out today, or we need to come at it very tolerant and very patient and very honoring. We do not want to, we're going to be experiencing these unconscious emotions today too. Very intense emotions of jealousy, emotions of bitterness. Other side, emotions of joy, emotions of rapture. Everything is heightened. So if we are working on a problem, may not be the best for us to try to work on that today, especially since it is a difficult issue that we need to work with and compromise with each other on, okay? And on Monday, it is the feast of the Wesak festival. And so on Monday, let's just take a moment and say to ourselves, I see, and when the eye is opened, all is light. Then we move into Tuesday, and we still have the moon in Scorpio, but now we have another big planetary movement. Big old Pluto, who's not really big. His energy's big. He's a little guy. He doesn't even count as a planet sometimes. But he's got some intense energy for a little guy. He is going to be going retrograde. Pluto starts going retrograde on Tuesday, and it'll remain retrograde until October. And to review the retrograde, it looks like the planet retrograding is going backwards in the sky due to their elliptical orbit. We know they're not really going backwards, but visually they look like they're going backwards. And as a retrograde, you start with the it's a time to review, regroup, reinvent, renew, go over. Pluto is going to be presenting us opportunities for growth. Hate that. Always means I have to go to work. Opportunities for growth beginning today and going all the way through October. There are many opportunities that will present themselves to us, not like the career opportunities, but opportunities for us to heal, release, transform, or renew. So that's the energy we're working with. So we're working with difficult aspects with our partner this week. Now we're going to be also looking at our own personal baggage, our own personal issues that need to be looked at and, evolved, released, renewed, healed, whatever. And if we don't get our work done by the time Pluto moves direct in October, we're stuck with what we got. So if it's time to let something go, we better be doing our best to do our job so we're not stuck with it for a long, long time. That is Tuesday. The other thing about Tuesday, all the way through Friday, the energy aspects, you know, that problem we're working on with our relationship, it's time to put that to rest. I think I mentioned it, but we want to leave that alone until Friday because emotions are running high and it's a difficult subject and we're into our own stuff and it might just cause more angst for everyone. So lay low. I know it has to be addressed, but if we didn't get it done on Sunday or Monday, we need to lay low until Friday. And then Friday, we have the Sun conjunct Uranus and Taurus. Wow. Again, another opportunity, a career opportunity, an opportunity to possibly make more money. But something may be presented to some of us today that we need to act on it. We need to get our act together and decide whether it is a direction we want to go to or go in or not. We've been playing with it for a whole week. Maybe today, let's take a look at it and see if it's a possibility and if it will work with us, because you know what? Tomorrow, Saturday, we might get offered that job. So prepare ourselves, be ready. The moon will be in Capricorn on Friday and Saturday. So our emotions will be about structure and building a good foundation. So all this energy is working together this week. We still have the little relationship issue, may not be resolved this week. We might want to start the conversation at the beginning of the week and let it process for both of us until the end of the week when we can look at it again on Friday or Saturday and discuss it calmly and without emotional drama. Let's see what our guides have to say for us this week as we work on our abundance, as we work on providing ourselves a space that is financially secure and aesthetically secure. You know, we want to make Taurus is about the relationship, it's about the career, it's about the financial security, it's also about what pleases us visually. It's also about music. So it incorporates a lot of wonderful, wonderful energy that we definitely want to be checking in with during this month and this week. Spirit guides, what do you got for us this week? Narrow pathway, tread carefully. So this is for us, some of us with the opportunities being offered. You know, Aquarius, it can be too far out there. It can be so different we don't have anything to compare it to, and it could be too good to be true. And if we're looking at something that's too good to be true, we need to be taking a closer look at it before we make our decision. Discovering the truth. Okay, thank you guys. I like how you just segue right into the next card. We stand in the light of truth. Again, if we're looking at these opportunities, even if we're working with our relationship, any self-observation, we write our list, our plus and minuses, but we stand in the light of truth. We know the truth. We know whether this opportunity is good for us, supportive of us, or is it just a pie in the sky scheme. We know that on some level, and we have to discover that to make sure what it is. So whatever we need to do, we make the list, we do whatever research we need to do, we will discover the answer that we're looking for. Wise leader. We are the beacon for others. When we're working with our relationship issues this week, we need to be the bigger person. We need to be tolerant. We need to be the ones who is the patient one. We need to honor the authentic self of our partner, or our career or our boss, whatever it is, even though we don't agree, we need to respect the other. So we aren't going to blow up in emotional craziness. We are going to remain calm, cool, collected, and if we need to, we'll take those 3 deep cleansing breaths to make sure that we don't go astray. So make it a good week. It is a challenging week. We do have some obstacles, some challenges, opportunities for growth, especially in our relationships. Remember that Monday is an incredibly sacred day of Wesak, where we honor with the full moon the birth, enlightenment, and death of the Buddha. And as we work on our issues, the imbalance in our relationships, we're going to put those aside until the end of the week, until the drama dies down, and then we'll pick them up very carefully and gingerly at the end of the week if we feel that there's an opportunity to communicate without emotional drama, and we can pick up that issue again at the end of the week. And don't forget, some of us are on the final decision of whether we're going to go with this new opportunity or not. And at the end of the week also, we might get offered that opportunity, but we want to remember, I put the cards away, to stand in the line of truth, to be objective, but we'll know, as long as we center and we ground ourselves and we check in with our spirit guide, with our higher selves, as long as we come from love, gratitude, and abundance, we will be okay. So make it a great week. Thank you for joining me. If you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and share. I would greatly appreciate it. It would help me a lot in supporting the channel and helping me grow the channel. Come see me on Facebook at Soul Sister Cat, and make it a most awesome week. Life is lived from the inside out. Be abundant. Namaste.